Hello, fabulous Leo. Welcome to your horoscope for the year of 2016, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This year in your life, well, at least in the beginning, it does look like financially some power moves are set to take place. Key months to watch are March and June. This is largely thanks to a very strongly placed Jupiter speaking with Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn. So what this says to me is tangible, strong gains, finding greater power in the work that you do and establishing yourself, moving towards a greater sense of authority and expertise, while at the same time making more money. So this is the universe working overtime to get you to see that you deserve more and to place a greater value on what it is that you are giving to the world, because ultimately that value that you give to it determines what it is that returns to you. So we have you with this genuine ability now to create a truly remarkable turnaround in financial terms, to move yourself from one income bracket to the next. And I do think that while there might be a little bit of smarts that might be involved, for the most part, a lot of this energy is about trusting your instincts, trusting what you have already demonstrated, trusting what you know, and knowing that you've been doing it long enough to have already proven yourself. When you come at the universe from that place, you can't help but be made richer. And this also, as I said, there's a lesson here, a deeper lesson here that has to do with valuing of the self. Also this year, we have the continuation, coming in another continuation of a conversation that is taking place between Saturn and Neptune. And when I look at this conversation for you, this also speaks to a sense of value in yourself. This looks at what is fun for you, right? What do you consider to be joyous? What do you like to do in your downtime? And is it something that is draining you of money or making you money? So as you consider this prospect, or as you consider this balance, it is going to help you to come to a better understanding of how to turn what it is that you do, that you enjoy doing, that you want to do more of, into something that truly can create great wealth for you. It does come down to asking yourself some tough questions. It especially comes down to being mindful of not investing your money. It's one thing to attract investors and have agreements in place. It's another thing to put your whole life savings and your, mortgage, your retirement fund for a dream, for what is blissful. You need to find that right balance, because with Neptune speaking with Saturn in this way, that balance ultimately will only help make both stronger. You'll be able to enjoy life that much more when you know that there is a sense of wealth still with you. Now that wealth can be understood emotionally, but also financially as well. So finding that perfect balance ultimately leads you to feel richer. Taking your passion, making it your prosperity is a great way to use this. Taking your money and putting it down towards, something that you think is just a lot of fun to do, even especially if it's like, sitting at a table in Las Vegas, not the best thing to do right about now. Not this year, at least not until we get to the very end of the year. If you want to take a big risk, if you want to take a big gamble, want to make that big a change where you're saying, to heck with it, I'm going with, my passion, my joy, what I love. I'm just going where it's fun. A much better year to have that pay off better, or pay off really handsomely, is going to be 2017. So just hang tight, especially in the early part of the year. The temptation will be there. And if someone comes to you and promises you the sun and the moon and the stars for a great price, just step back a little bit. You also want to watch this in the context of romance. Sagittarius right now, well, rather Saturn in the sign of Sagittarius right now, is speaking to you, coming to a more genuine understanding of what love is. Not partnership, right? That's a different thing. Partnership, those one-on-one alliances, that's a lesson that Geminis are going through. For you, this is about you, your own feelings. And there's something about this that is very much a lesson, a core lesson for you. In fact, right now, Saturn is where we call your home in the sky. So this lesson reaches you on a lot of different levels, but particularly where it comes to you understanding romance and love and what you're willing to do to have more of it, what it is that feels right to enjoy it, and where is it that it's asking for too much as well. What you do want to watch with this particular conversation is that if you meet someone new, okay, you've just met them, you met them online, they're amazing, you've hung out with them 2 or 3 times, and then they hit you up for money, you step back a little bit. Even if you think this is your soulmate, step back a little bit. Somebody who's really in that place of wanting a sense of equality with you is not gonna do that, especially in the very beginning stages, certainly not. And so if you find yourself in that type of situation, it's okay, you know, it's a learning lesson. Okay, that's where this person is, and you can go off in a different direction. With this, you're gonna be learning some valuable things in the context of love, and because of that, there are going to be suitors, there are going to be people around. There's also going to be a chance to have genuine joy, genuine fun, and to redefine what is fun for you, to figure out if you can take what it is that you're passionate about and use it as part of larger successes, bigger successes, and even bigger achievements in the bigger picture of your life. What I also love about this year for you is that there is financial progress that has continued to be had. As I said, it's happening in the early part of the year. We're also having a series of eclipses this year that can represent leaps and bounds forward, big changes in the way that you're making money, in how much money you're making as well, ultimately leading you in a very positive direction. And also at the same time, personal satisfaction with what it is that you're doing. You find something that resonates with you. You find something that feels right to you. And when you live life from that space, then the money you make is not really the end all be all. You're having these experiences, whether it's getting out of the house or working on a project that truly matters to you, regardless, having those experiences themselves leads to a greater level of self-trust. And with that sense of trust in yourself, that honing of your instincts is a lot of what this year is about. So continue to hone those instincts and you will find them paying off very big. You'll set the stage for big payoffs next year. And finally, again, in the context of love, if you're in an established bond, this is a time when you will be asking yourself, like, what is love? What is the depth of it? What is sharing? And is love enough? If you want to have children, you'll be talking about that. You'll be discussing that. If you have children as well, you'll be talking about discussing that. If this person is your ex and you have children with them, they are going to be very much more a part of your life, especially in the early part of this year, as you learn to navigate some changes that are possible now where it comes to any kind of arrangements or agreements that have been in place. So if those agreements need to evolve, then that will also take place in the first half of the year. Ultimately, this is a year that asks you, what do you truly love in your heart of hearts? Whether it's work, a hobby, your kids, a person, what it is that you truly love and what it is that you're willing to give in order to have more of it, in order to have more presence of it. You want to be sure that you are giving so that you are being recharged, that it's a cycle of renewal, of return. If you ensure that you are coming from that place, you will actually surprise yourself by finding that you are actually getting back so much more than what you give.
Bu akşam seminerimizi canlı olarak mobil uygulamamız üzerinden yapıyoruz.